live stream for the severe weather that is expected in our area Wednesday. Currently, the Storm Prediction Center has us under a marginal, Category 1 out of 5, risk for severe weather. Computer, open Popcorn Tycoon. Apologies, folks. So, significant severe weather is possible. A comrade of mine should be on here in a second. He says, he says, according to the model runs we're looking at, that we are probably going to look at a possible derecho on Wednesday. If that is the case, I promise I will be right here with everybody. We will definitely be here.
0, welcome to switch cap, one more button.
The current thinking is for a line of storms to develop sometime around early afternoon and track into our viewing area between the hours of 2 p.m. and 5 p.m., which is 18Z to 21Z. Should this happen earlier, I think the severe threat is going to be less, but the later on you go into the day, the more severe I think it's going to be. Current threats, I think this is mainly going to be a wind-based event, which is to say winds of 60 plus miles an hour, but it does look like we are going to deal with some brief spin-up tornadoes as the event goes on. So we will definitely be here with you guys and cover things with you. I promise we won't be going anywhere during this event if it transpires. Let's mention the other scenarios. So one best case scenario would be the daytime heating not being there at all and just having a rain event. Unfortunately, I do not believe this is going to be the case. Another best case scenario would be the squall line being very disorganized and thus falling below severe limits. This is the solution that I think is going to be more likely. A worst case scenario is the line holding out until late, tracking in with full daytime heating, which would allow it to absolutely explode and produce potentially winds as strong as what happened back in August 10th, 2020 in Iowa, which was about 140 miles an hour, in which case there will be no possible way to cover this live because of the damage it would cause to our equipment, because we literally operate on pretty much all power here at Weather Stormlord Studios. If we didn't, it wouldn't be as big of a problem, but our streaming equipment will run out of battery after a few hours. Fortunately, I do believe this is going to be a medium speed, potentially faster speed storm due to some frequent things that are happening tomorrow, but by the time this gets in, the atmosphere is expected to be a lot more charged. What I think I think, let's mention another worst case scenario that I think is going to happen. I think a worst case scenario is also the line coming in different segments that are shorter but more intense. If this were to happen, then we could potentially be dealing with 3, maybe 4 derechos at once. And if that's the case, we're going to have a lot more problems. The northern and western sides, so basically, I'd say Grant and Madison west, so basically Hamilton, Boone counties in our main viewing area, Hendricks County as well, and then up north into Tipton and areas to the north and west of that, basically to the state line, which is our viewing area, and then it extends a little bit out into Illinois. I think the line is mainly going to be stronger out west as it continues to push in.
Switch camera, one more.
But that is something we're definitely going to have to keep an eye on as things continue to develop here. The worst part of the storm looks like it's going to be in the middle of the line. And again, I'm looking at this a bit hypothetically. Several models are showing the line, but then again, we don't know the intensity or the strength, the speed of this, and we also don't know exactly what ingredients we have. I will be doing another updated stream tomorrow night as well with new information as it comes in. Something I also want to mention for tomorrow, for those of you that are looking at this for the first time wondering, why are you doing this? We have a possible red flag warning. This isn't definite yet, but the Weather Service is expecting pretty decent fire weather conditions, which means that basically outdoor burning don't.
Switch one more, but
Don't get me wrong, outdoor burning is fun, but particularly for Blackford, Grant, and Jay counties, do not tomorrow, because any fires that start could rapidly spread out of control into a wildfire, and we don't want that. Personally, I do believe the National Weather Service in northern Indiana is going to consider at the very least a fire weather watch, if not a red flag warning. And those are not toned over weather radios, so you're going to have to check weather radios in the morning. And if red flag warning is issued, I'll be recording it in a non-live stream for the channel. As a matter of fact, let's go over to KJY93 right now and take a look at what's going on with the special weather statement, because when it comes back around, I will show you guys what it is. It's going to be a bit. Enjoy the broadcast while we wait.
For Friday night and Saturday, partly cloudy. Lows in the upper 30s.
Switch tab one more
Highs in the
button.
mid-60s. Saturday night, partly cloudy. A slight chance of showers toward daybreak. Lows in the mid-40s. Chance of rain 20%. For Sunday, partly cloudy. A slight chance of showers in the morning, then a chance of showers in the afternoon. Highs in the lower 60s. Chance of rain 30%. Sunday night, partly cloudy with a 20% chance of rain showers. Cooler with lows in the lower 30s. For Monday, partly cloudy.
I'm not entirely
Cooler
sure
with
if
highs
special
in
weather
the upper
statement's
40s.
It's on my channel already.
The 8 to 14
If it's
day
not already
outlook
out,
for
I'll explain
Tuesday,
it.
October 18th through Monday, October 24th, calls for temperatures to be below normal and precipitation to be near normal. Normal highs for the period are around 65 degrees, and normal lows are between 40 and 45. The normal precipitation total for the 7 days is between 0.65 and 0.70 inches. At 7 p.m. in Muncie, it was clear. The temperature was 70 degrees, the dew point 38, and the relative humidity 31%.
Oh, wow, that's low.
The wind was southwest at 12 miles an hour. The barometric pressure was 30.17 inches and steady. Nearby, at Shelbyville, haze was reported with a temperature of 69. At Marion, it was clear with a temperature of 67. At Indianapolis, it was partly cloudy with a temperature of 68. At Richmond, it was fair with a temperature of 61. Elsewhere across Indiana, skies ranged from clear to partly cloudy. It was 69 at South Bend, 63 at Fort Wayne, and 71 at Lafayette. Terre Haute reported 69, Bloomington reported 69, and Evansville reported 72. Just outside Indiana, skies ranged from clear to partly cloudy. It was 63 at Chicago, 70 at Champaign, Illinois, and 64 at Lima, Ohio. Dayton reported 67, Cincinnati reported 65, and Louisville reported 71. Once again, at Muncie, it was 70 degrees with clear skies. The Muncie Climate Summary is of 7 p.m., October 10th, 2022. So far today,
We're just going to go over it because the special weather statement, for the time being, has been removed. So the special weather statement said that elevated potential for field fires was expected for tomorrow, which would mean 15 to 25. Basically, during the afternoon hours, it's going to be extremely dry with 15 to 25 mile an hour winds, very low relative humidity, which will allow any fires to spread out of control into wildfires. This is for Blackford, Grant, and Jay counties.
Switch tab one more. Zip live 0 kilo 0 X. Welcome to
They may have gone ahead and issued one. Okay, they haven't.
This is Near All Hazards Radio KEC 74 in Indianapolis. And now a look at your forecast.
But United said earlier that flash flooding, correction, not flash flooding, why did I think that? A red flag warning is expected. Well, not expected, but it's possible. But basically, we're going to be dealing with potential wildfires tomorrow and then significant severe weather Wednesday. The hazardous weather outlook is being held back. They don't necessarily know what's going on, so they are not saying anything in the hazardous weather outlook. But looking at the GFS and several other models, we do think that we're going to see development and maybe a strong line of storms that will produce a lot of damaging wind reports. and some embedded tornadoes. That's my concern for Wednesday. As I was wondering this myself earlier, with the weekly test of No Weather Radio, some of you guys that are watching this know that the National Weather Service in every city across the United States, regardless of what weather service you're in, the NOAA weather radio stations are required to do a weekly test on Wednesday. It's going to be down to the wire. They are probably not going to postpone it, but if models continue to show and we actually do end up getting a derecho, they may postpone it to Thursday. Regardless of what they do, I would stay weather aware because I've seen things fire up even when they do the weekly test. Look at May 25th for an example. We had a weekly test like usual, and then about 6 hours later, a line of severe thunderstorms came through and kind of broke apart on itself, producing several different discrete cells that were moving east and north, and all produced 60 to 70 mile an hour winds as they tracked through our northern viewing area, including Hamilton, Madison, Boone, Howard, Tipton. I think a similar area is in the threat for Wednesday. I've also seen tornado warnings on days that conditions aren't favorable for tornadoes, so we absolutely must not let our guard down during this event. All of us here at Weather Storm Lord Studios will be keeping an eye on this for you and continuing to provide updates as they come along, but we will only be doing daily streams for this until Wednesday, when we'll probably have to do multiple, because some of the models earlier on wanted another line around 2 a.m. Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Some of the models wanted another line developing. I don't think that's the case now, but if it is, then that second line could end up merging with the first line, which could produce some big-time problems over central Indiana. If this were to happen, then we would probably be live for well over 9 hours. And should we be there, I would expect a lot of severe weather Wednesday. Luckily, I do not think that is going to happen at this point. I do think we're going to get severe weather, but I do not think it is going to be a... I said on Saturday that I thought there was a chance of this being a once-in-a-lifetime tornado outbreak. I no longer think that, but I still do think it could be just as significant as what happened back in March of this year, with that line of severe thunderstorms tracking way farther east than they anticipated and producing a tornado in my county here, which actually tracked pretty dang close to us here at Weather Stormlord Studios. Luckily, I do not actually think it was confirmed, but it did produce enough for the Weather Service to issue a tornado warning for almost my entire county. That video is on my channel as well.
Switched on more.
I suppose we don't have any live chat action.
11, 13 minutes, 0, 11, 13 minutes, 60 seconds. Heading the fund, speaking with current language English, us, 0 now, 0 X. Welcome, switched chat, more button.
Halloween themed. Something else I kind of want to notice is this event's taking place about 2.5 weeks before Halloween. But that's entirely unrelated. Well, we're going to have to monitor this very, very, very closely. Because 10 to 1, we're going to have at least something come through. And we have counties in our main viewing area that are in the highlighted area for our comrades. Like I said earlier, Boone, Hamilton, Madison, Tipton, and Grant counties, in my opinion, are the most likely. Maybe Delaware County, too. Maybe Blackford and Delaware, too. But should this maintain...
Canadian American.
Oh my god, that scared me. And hello, welcome to the stream. But like I was saying just a second ago, Boone, Hamilton, Madison, Tipton, Grant, Blackford, and Delaware are my pinpointed counties.
Canadian American Railroad, in my out. Canadian American Railroad, it's a W here. Switch to Canadian American Railroad, it's a W here.
I'm confused. I don't think I've seen you before. But regardless, wait, are you who I think you are?
Switch to Canadian American Railroad, it's a W here.
Oh, okay, welcome. I wish you were here a little bit earlier. I apologize for not recognizing you immediately. Welcome back.
Canadian American Railroad. United Weather. Switch to Canadian American Railroad. United.
So, I was just telling them, you missed about 13 minutes of this, but I was just telling the viewers about Wednesday and what I think is going to happen. What is your intake on what you're seeing so far? Because I think we're going to have to deal with at least one line of storms that's capable of producing 60, 70, 80, maybe up to 90 mile an hour winds and embedded tornadoes. Do you agree with that?
Canadian American Railroad. Canadian American Railroad. Let me get my account. Switch to Canadian American Railroad. Let me get my account.
Okay, that's a good idea because you confused me there for a moment. But like I was saying earlier, before he joined us, I do think that our north central and northwestern viewing area is the hot spot for Wednesday. But we're seeing some conflicting areas. So it looks like let's mention a couple of the location scenarios while we wait for him. He may already be on here.
Canadian American Railroad. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time. Simply having a wonderful Christmas time.
What the heck?
Show latest messages. Button. Canadian American Railroad. Simply
Why did you do that? Oh, never mind. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah. Oh yeah. North central and northwest viewing area is the most prevalent for severe weather. But like I said earlier, we're seeing basically some of the models are showing it being more widespread. The Weather Service's synopsis is showing it as more of a northwesterly thing, but I still think that it's going to impact us all on some extent.
show latest message. Canadian American Railroad. Simply having.
You gotta, keep an eye on it, though. It's something serious. Regardless of what the models say, this is a potentially serious event, and we must take it seriously. Just waiting for you to get back on here so he can, give us his hint tape.
Show latest. Canadian.
The worst of the severe weather will probably, according to model runs this morning, I think be between 2 p.m. and 8 p.m. That's my guess.
Show Canadian.
I'm guessing this, but I have a feeling that I'll be correct. And then a friend and I getting up early Thursday morning to do something.
Show latest messages. Button. Show latest messages. Canadian. Switch camera. Switch Canadian American Railroad. Simply having.
I don't know why you sent that, though. Regardless, let's get back to the weather. So, right now... Oh, my watch just scared me. Here's the summary of what I think is going to happen. A few discrete cells, not very much, but one or two discrete cells may develop ahead of the line. And if that happens, that's going to max out our tornado threat. It doesn't look like it's going to be much of a tornado threat, but I still want to keep a close eye on it. But it looks like it's going to be a similar setup to maybe August 24th, 2016. It definitely looks pretty similar to March 6th of this year.
Switch camera. Canadian.
If you're still on here, do you have any insight on this after the latest model runs? And what do you think is going to happen? Because I've said a lot, and I'm waiting to see what you think. Because I'm almost certain we're going to deal with something more than rain. Because the forecast also says a couple of showers with heavy thunderstorms, which just signs to me that we're going to get a squall line of some sort. Whether it be weak or strong, don't know. Whether it be tornadic or non-tornadic, too far out. We will figure that out tomorrow, and I can guarantee you that we will definitely have another stream.
United Weather. The mood is right. The spirit's up. We're here tonight. Is it enough? United Weather. Let me check the metals.
Okay, he's checking the models.
Switch camera. United Weather. Let me check the English. Default.
So if the models continue to show I do think that we're gonna have to deal with a pretty decent squall line. At the very least. If not, maybe some discrete cells ahead of it.
Switch camera. United weather. The mood is right. The spirit's up. We're here tonight. That's enough. Simply having.
No!
Switch United weather. Let me.
You are not getting me copyrighted. Glad I stopped that, or else I was gonna get absolutely hammered with copyright, because I'm almost certain that song is copyrighted.
United weather. MRTLT. Switch United weather. MRTLTR over Hamilton earlier.
Where at in Hamilton? Because that's my county.
Switch United weather. MRTLT.
Where and when? Because that's my county. I'm assuming this is for Wednesday, but when?
Switch United weather. Let me check the United weather. Northern. United weather. Northern.
What are you...
English. United weather. Northern. United weather. 21Z.
Oh, that's 5 o'clock.
Switch United weather. 20.
What else is it showing? Is it showing that what does it look like is going to happen based on what the models are saying?
English. Switch United weather. 21Z.
So if that is right, the models are consistently showing activity like that at 21Z.
Switch camera. United weather. Northern. United weather. 21Z. Switch United.
So if that holds,
Weather. 21.
if that holds, we're going to see a tornado in my county. Then again, every time we see something like that, it's failed to materialize.
Switch United weather. 21Z.
So, I'm just guessing here, but we're gonna have to hold off until we figure out what's gonna happen. Because if this MRGL-TOR continues to hold up, then my county is definitely going to get hit by a tornado.
Switch camera. United weather. 21Z.
If that holds, we're gonna have to deal with a tornadic line of thunderstorms capable of producing damaging winds of 65 miles an hour at the very least. But if we look back on March 6th, the line came in with 70, started to produce a tornado, but then just tore itself apart. So that might be what's going to happen here.
United weather. Let me look at the Bible. Switch camera. United weather. Let me look at pivotal. Switch
Oh,
United
he's looking at pivotal. I don't know what that is.
weather. Let me look at pivotal.
What is the pivotal? I'm assuming it's another model.
English. Switch United weather. Let me look at the Bible.
I love the way that Cello says that. Kind of wish we'd get some more people on here.
Switch United weather. Let me look at the Bible.
But like I was saying before we saw that last chat message, if we actually do get that, then we're going to have to deal with probably at least 65 mile an hour winds and tornadoes pretty much all evening.
Switch United weather. Let me look at the Bible.
Fortunately, that's on the opposite side of the county from me. So I do not think I'll have to seek shelter if that actually happens. But if something is issued for the central or southern part of the county, I will take shelter.
Switch United weather. Let me look.
And the other area I want to highlight is Boone County. I think Boone County is going to get absolutely hammered with one, if not two, lines. If you remember back on July 23rd, folks, a big segmented line of thunderstorms tracked across north central and northeast Illinois into northwestern and west central Indiana. If we had been live, we would have been live for well over 10 hours.
Switch camera. Front camera selected. Button. United weather. Let me look at the...
Sorry for the creepy voice, guys, but Halloween spirit, and I randomly selected this voice from my phone. Don't ask me why.
Switch United Weather 21Z. United.
This is getting boring. Anyway, I still want to pay attention to this. And there's my glitch cheats on.
Switch United Weather. Let me look at my goal. Switch United Weather. Let me look at my
English, UK, United Weather. Wow.
English. Switch United Weather. Wow.
What are you seeing now?
United Weather. PTSTOR over the entire coverage area.
Wait, what? What do you mean the entire coverage area, and when? Why is it showing that?
Switch United Weather. PTSTOR over the entire coverage area.
Can you tell me where that is exactly, when, and why you're seeing that?
United Weather. Just kidding. Switch camera. United Weather. Just kidding.
Dude, don't do that! What is it actually showing?
Switch camera. United Weather. Just kidding.
What does it actually show?
United Weather. MTLSVR over most of the area. Switch United Weather. MTLSVR over most of the area.
I have a feeling I think we're gonna have to deal with something similar to that, but I wouldn't be surprised to see definitely some tornado warnings out of this. And when is it showing it? Is it still showing it at 21Z?
Switch camera. United Weather. MTLSVR over. Switch camera. Front camera selected. Button. United Weather. MTLSVR over most of the area. English. United Weather. MRTLSVR over most of the area. Switch camera. Front camera selected. Button.
Which one of these do you like better?
United Weather. MRTLSVR over most of the area.
So if it's over most of the area, we're gonna get warnings from this, and this.
United Weather 21Z. Switch United.
Is it showing that first line that we were originally expecting at 6Z, or is it just showing the 21Z line?
Switch United Weather 21Z.
You know what? This seriously reminds me of August 10th.
Switch camera. Front camera selected. United Weather 21Z.
Is it still showing that 6Z line, or is that pretty much vanished? Computer, open popcorn.
Switch camera. United Weather 21Z.
But nonetheless, I still think this is a serious situation that must not be ignored. Wednesday could pop out some serious storms, regardless of that marginal SBR. I have a feeling could be upgraded, but I do have a feeling that we could potentially see that MRGLTOR.
Switch camera. Front camera selected. United Weather 21Z.
Because I know we're focusing mainly on the second line, but one of the models that we looked at earlier in the week wanted another line developing and merging with that second line. The second line is the more intense line. That's the 21Z line. We were also looking at a 6Z line.
Switch cap. United Weather 21Z.
We do not know if this is actually going to happen, the 6Z line, but we have pretty decent confidence in the 21Z line.
Switch camera.
Because the models are consistently showing that. I have a feeling we're going to have to definitely deal with that.
United Weather 21Z. Switch camera.
I think we're definitely going to deal with at least one, if not two, rounds of severe weather. That second one, which is the 21Z round, is going to be more intense than the first round.
Check options. Button. United Weather 21Z.
So the 21Z line is not changing much in strength. It is continuing to show that its intensity is going to be at severe criteria. So I would expect to see at least one live stream on Wednesday.
Switch camera. Front camera selected. United Weather.
Oops.
Finish. Live. When what you know. 0 licks. Filters. Options. But options. Filter. Shed switch. United Weather. 20 Muncie.
I like this voice. Is there anything else that you think is a point of noting besides the red flag warning I talked about just before you got on here?
Switch. United Weather. 20 Muncie.
Because this still looks pretty serious in terms of how many severe weather things we're going to see. I think we're, like I said a few moments ago, I would expect at least one, if not two, live streams from us
Switch. United Weather. 20 Muncie.
on Wednesday afternoon in particular. Should this event set up like I'm expecting, we're going to get an early morning line. And there goes the local fire department.
Switch. United Weather. 20.
Then, that's going to basically fade over our area and not be very severe at all. As a matter of fact, I don't think it'll be very severe at all. I think it may actually be under severe limits. But regardless, I will cover it live if we need to.
Switch. United Weather. 20.
Then, the 21Z line is the more concerning line for Wednesday. Should that verify, I will absolutely be covering that. There's no way I won't.
Switch. United.
You know, man, I could have used you. I could have used your help a lot earlier in the year, because let's just say I've had some real bad misinterpretations.
Switch. United Weather. 20.
Hey, United, what are you thinking is...
Messages. No. Owen Miller. Will there be any in St. Louis?
I have no idea.
United Weather. Metals. Tomatoes. Switch. United Weather. Metals. Tomatoes. English. Switch. United Weather. Metals. Tomatoes. Switch. United.
What are you... United, what are you seeing for... in terms of line B and line A? Has line A vanished, or are we only dealing with one line, or what do you think is going to happen?
Switch. United Weather. Metals. Tomatoes.
Now, if you'll excuse me...
How useless they are. They switch to United Weather. Finish button. Options. United Weather. Metals. Tomatoes. How useless they are. They never, ever, never, ever, never, ever agree with each other. I couldn't decide from the NAM to the GFS. It's such a difference.
What does it show?
United Weather, the 6Z line. Switch to United Weather, the 6Z line.
Any idea if either of them are expected to be severe?
Switch to United Weather, the 6Z line.
United, do you have any idea if either of those will be severe?
Switch camera. Front English. United Weather, the 6Z line. United Weather, metals, tomatoes. How useless they are. They never, ever, never, ever, never, ever agree with each other. I couldn't decide from the NAM to the GFS. It's such a difference. You switch camp. United Weather, the 6Z line.
Did you say Miss 6?
English. Switch to United Weather, the 6Z. United Weather.
In United Weather, one model shows the 18Z line and the other shows the 21Z line. Switch United Weather. One model shows the 18.
Wait a minute. Then that means that line might be moving faster than we think.
Switch. United Weather.
But the models are consistently showing lines of storms. Do you think either of those will be severe?
English, United Weather, the 6Z line, English, United Weather, 1 March of the 18th.
English. United Weather. Number 6 said line. Switch. United Weather.
Oh,
One model.
English, switch, United Weather, 1 March of the 18th line, on the other side of the 21Z line. Switch camera, English, United Weather, 1 March of the 18th line, on the other side of the 21Z line.
I could see that.
Switch camera, United Weather, 1 March.
Do you think United? What are your thoughts on intensity?
Switch camera. Front camera selected. United Weather. 1 March of the 18th line, on the other side of the 21Z line.
These are funny to listen to.
Switch Switch United Weather. I really don't know. United Weather. 1 March of switch United.
Let's guess based on that marginal SVR.
Switch camera. United Weather. I really don't.
I mean, we're all kind of meteorologists or training to be, so let's guess.
United Weather. The model is so politically different.
What does that even mean?
Switch United Weather. The model is so politically different.
How are models politically different?
Switch English United Weather. The model is so politically different. Switch camera. Front camera selected. United Weather. The model is so politically different. Switch camera.
I don't understand.
Front camera select. Shut up. United Weather. The model is so politically different. 37 minutes 9 seconds. When what you know, 0 licks. United Weather. The model is so politically different. Switch cam. United Weather. Sums of headings. Sticking 10.5%. United Weather. Lol. Switch camera. Front camera selected. United Weather. Law 5%. Switch United Weather. Law. Switch camera. United Weather. The models are so politically different. Switch cat words, carrot language, English us, character words, switch camera, United Weather, lol, speaking rate, 10.5%, United Weather, I had to go, switch you.
So that's basically what we have so far. There will be United for your information. There will be an additional updating stream tomorrow, so we'll be able to talk more then. If you have anything else that you find out, please do send me an email.
Switch cat United Weather. I had to go.
So
I will be back in 30 minutes.
we are not going to be live that much longer. As a matter of fact, we're only going to be live for like 2 more minutes.
United Weather. Hang on.
Wait, what?
Switch United Weather. Hang on. United Word. Carrot black English us. United Weather. Lol. United Weather. Switch camera. Front camera selected. United Weather. So the main threats will be damaging wind and large hail.
I still think there's going to be a tornado threat, but yeah, I agree with that. United, let's go ahead and end this stream because that's all I can think of. So basically, it looks like the best threats will be between 2 and 8 p.m., like I said early in the stream. So I hope you guys no more than you did. We will have an updated stream tomorrow around the same time. For United Weather Storm Lord, thank you very much for tuning in for this updated severe weather live stream.
Switched United Weather. So the main threats will be damaging wind and large hail.
And large hail voiceover.
United Weather. Bye. Finish.
On the behalf of United Weather Storm Lord saying, have a good night, everybody, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow around the same time, probably between 7 and 8. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Stay tuned for new updates.
Alert, are you sure you want to stop streaming? Cancel and button.